Today we're going to study The Indifference by John Donne by me, Lou, Christina Delgado, Ali, and Jennifer. Thesis. In The Indifference, John Donne use of diction, repetition, shift, tone, and illusion, metaphor to show everyone can be loved, and no matter how different they are, and to trust love.
The author's use of diction. The narrator uses words to help the reader understand the theme that anyone can be loved. The word love is repeated throughout the poem. It is repeated 4 times. It is used to show that the narrator can love anyone. It is also repeated so much that it is as if the narrator just flaunts his love at anyone. He gives his love almost to any woman. The words that are opposite. Then there is the choice of words that the author chooses. There are words that are opposite of each other in line 3, 4, and 5, and throughout the poem. In line 3, it says, Her whom thee loves loneliness best, and her who masks and plays. This adds emphasis to the idea that any woman can be loved, no matter her characteristics. The author's use of repetition of pronouns throughout the poem. He, who, he, whom, will know, add emphasis to the point that the narrator will take any woman. The words chosen also add a romantic tone. This is also thanks to the diction of adding commas after the pronouns, which give it a romantic tone. This romantic tone makes the narrator seem as if he is fanciful, and that he will take anyone.
And now in allusion. In line 19, Venus hurt me sighed this song. The narrator made a reference about Venus, a Greek god of love. It referred to Venus heard him praying, and the narrator wants her to grant him a wish of love.
In lines 6 and 7, Donne uses 2 metaphors to describe the difference in the girl's eyes. He refers to a cork and a sponge, which are 2 completely different things. In using these 2 completely different things, he shows how different the girls are that deserve to be loved. He compares a dry cork to describe a girl that does not cry often and that is tough. And then he describes a girl who weeps with spongy eyes in line 6 to describe a girl that cries often and hard. In describing how the different girls cry, he also describes how different they are in toughness and how weak they are.
There is also a shift in tone. The narrator shifts his tone from line 9 to 10. After talking about his love for women and how he has no particular preference, he shifts. There's an example of this in line 8 when he says, I can love her and you and you. And in line 1 when he says, I can love both fair and brown. There's a sudden shift in the beginning of line 10 when he starts to strongly question this woman about why she is so indifferent towards love. He says this in a strong and almost accusing tone after sounding so calm and like smoothly in the first few lines. So after this sudden shift, it's all about questioning her and trying to convince her to trust in those who have betrayed her and to stop being so indifferent, which is the title of our poem. So
are we done?
In conclusion, John Donne's The Indifferent talks about his feelings towards love, his freedom to love anyone. He doesn't have a particular preference, and he's questioning this woman about why she is so indifferent towards love, towards men, and he tries to convince her to trust in those who have betrayed her.
The whole theme of the poem can be taken back to the title, The Indifferent. The title gives away the theme because in the first line where the author states love and then you connect it to the indifferent, it gives the idea that he is indifferent to love, so that he will take on anyone. It doesn't matter, just as long as there is love.